What's up, guys? This is 2Bucks. I have another life story for you guys today. Hooray! This one is going to be about my preschool days. As you guys know, I did grow up in China, and you might have seen my childhood memories video. But in this one, I'm going to go in depth a bit more about some of the wacky experiences I had in Chinese preschool. In China, as well as the United States, preschool is optional. You pay to go there. It's not run by the government like the school system is. So it's like a private company. So my grandparents signed me up to go to a preschool starting at the age of 4. And at the preschool there were 3 years. There was like level 1, level 2, level 3. And after you graduated out of preschool, you go on to first grade. There is no kindergarten. So right off the bat, the first day I got there, it just didn't start out very well. For one thing, the entire level 1 classes were all filled up because my grandparents, for some reason, just brought me there the day that the preschool started to sign up to go to it. You know, we didn't pre-register. So they were like, oh, well, you know, we already have 53,000 kids in that classroom, so I think we're just going to have to put you right into level 2. Which means that as a, 4-year-old or however old I was back then, I was going to be put in a class with people that were a year older than me. And usually that means nobody likes me and I don't have any friends. But generally I managed to stay out of people's way, and overall I was a very well-behaved person. Which might come as a shock to some of you if you've seen, my other videos. You can probably tell that I'm kind of a goofball and, pretty talkative in school and whatnot. And honestly, I only have really one memory from that year, that entire year of preschool, since I was only 4. So I don't really recall that much. And what is shocking to me is some of you on my 3rd grade life story video were asking me how I remembered all of that. How do you not remember that? I was 8 years old. Do you guys just completely forget everything before the age of 10 or something? My earliest memory was at the age of 3, and I definitely don't have some sort of memory superpower, so I guess some of you guys were just dropped on your head as babies or something. In any case, this one memory that really stuck in my head was somewhere in that year of my first year of preschool, when we were all sitting together as a class. It was actually a pretty big class, I think maybe 40 or 50 kids, and we were singing a song of some sort. And I distinctly remember that I was towards the back of the class, and our teachers were in the front teaching us the song, and everyone was just basically singing it. And since there were so many kids in the class, it was very loud. Now, during the middle of this song, I started getting the feeling that I really needed to use the bathroom. Since I was such a well-behaved kid back then, I tried to raise my hand to get permission before I just stormed into the bathroom, and I was really getting to the point where I had to go. But even still, I rose my hand, tried to get my teacher's attention, but since I was a year younger, I was also, I guess, shorter. I don't really even know why they didn't see me, and I was trying to call out to them to ask if I could go, but everyone was singing, so no one heard me. So after a while, my 4-year-old bladder just couldn't hold it back anymore, and I peed all over my pants. So once we finished the song, I was finally able to get those dumb beaches' attentions, and I was like, oh, look at this, assholes, I just pissed myself. But obviously not like that. And they were very apologetic, and they brought me these pair of long johns, and I had to change into them, and I had to wear these skin-tight, tiny long johns all day, and they also had a pee hole area in front of my ding-dong, so it was just a completely miserable experience, and I was basically just a crybaby for the rest of the day, because, for whatever reason, they didn't just send me home. Dumbasses. However, this is not even close to the trauma that I experienced the next year of preschool. Now, in the next year, they just decided to have me repeat the 2nd year of preschool, because like I said, I just didn't go to the first year. I started right off in the 2nd, so I basically had to do everything all over again. And for the entire year of preschool, they have a lunch schedule every week. And basically, it would just be the same lunches on every single day of the week. Which, as a 5-year-old, I didn't really mind. Except for Tuesdays. Now, this may have been the most scarred I've ever been in my entire life. I remember this so distinctly. Every day after art class, which is also on Tuesday, we had the Tuesday lunch. And the lunch consisted of this disgusting soup with this one bean in it that I absolutely hated, as well as, you're not going to believe this, but a bowl of onions. That is right, just a straight up bowl of onions with nothing else. Can you believe that? It makes me so angry even now just thinking about it. So you're probably thinking, well, $2, if you don't like onions, just don't eat it. But there was no other lunch alternative, and I would have gladly skipped lunch every Tuesday. However, Chinese children tend to be kind of skinny, so it's kind of like the culture of China to feed its kids a lot of food to try to encourage them to eat. And parents and grandparents are usually very happy when they see their kids eating well. Unlike in the United States, when parents and grandparents get kind of worried when their kids start eating a lot because they might turn into, Oompa Loompa. So this kind of culture was carried on into preschool, and the preschool teachers felt pressured to have the kids eat a lot and be healthy so that the parents can be happy with their service. And plus, since there were so many kids in the class, they didn't really have time to put up with like 1 or 2 whiny kids who didn't want to eat. So guess what? I was force-fed onions, as well as the soup. About 90% of the kids every day just ate regularly. They didn't need any special attention, and I don't really know why. Nobody else hated the fucking onions. But after everyone else was done eating, my teachers would just come over and be like, "Oh, you haven't eaten this." They just grab the bowl, sit right in front of me, and shove the food in front of my mouth until I opened my mouth, and then stuffed it in there. And as I was chewing, before I was even half done, they would just shove another spoonful of onions. Just shoving and shoving it in there! And then after that torment, which usually lasts for at least 5 minutes because I was very resistive, they would force feed me the soup as well. I also distinctly remember several times that year where I had to go to the bathroom after eating this and I just threw up. And as a naive 5-year-old, I had no idea that this was like torture. I just foolishly believed that adults had the authority and whatever they said was right, so I had to eat those onions. Even to this day, I cannot eat onions because I'm so traumatized. It makes me nauseous just smelling it. I can eat food that has been cooked with onions just as long as the onion isn't like a prevalent flavor in it. But if you were just to give me a piece of onion and eat it, I really could not eat it. And if I bit into a burger that, had an onion in it, I would just like either take the onion out of my mouth and put it down or just spit it all out. And luckily that one bean in the soup isn't really around in the United States, so I haven't had to put up with that one as much. Alright, those are really the 2 only stories I wanted to share with you guys today. I'll make a part 2 to this video with 2 or 3 other stories that I remember from my earlier academic life. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. Please thumbs up this video if you enjoyed and you want to see some more videos out of me. And it would be especially helpful to us if you would take a second to favorite the video, which will help bring our videos more views, which will benefit all of the hardworking video creators here at CODOps. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you